Alright guys, so this is going to be a update tutorial on my last video I made, which is the Call of Duty Importing Weapons video. Obviously, as I'm mostly aware, the SC models plugin tool is outdated, so this is essentially just a more or less a update folder with a lot more simpler explanations and all the other things, and being as straightforward as possible. So basically, what you will need is the DXC Porter tools, which is the cast plugins. And you will need SD cast, which is something that you will need on the DXC Porter tools too. A curloper files contain the characters, assets, and weapons, which is video. We're going to do weapons. And then you will need scopeless tools such as game image utility and scopeless model merger. But obviously I've already have downloaded, so in this tutorial we're going to be using the ABRA1, the Black Ops 6 rifle, for as an example here. I've already simply extracted it and potentially imported into Blender here, and a few modifications and tools. So, once you have the file extracted, make sure you get in there and see what you can find and such. Now, for the base weapon itself, you will need the following. You will need the barrel, the grip, the mag, the optic, and the receiver, stock, barrel, is that it? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so stock, receiver, optic, mag, grip, and barrel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. No, actually 6. Whoops, 6. It usually depends based upon the base weapon. It's better to actually go to the files and see for yourself, see how much you need. So, we got the barrel, we got the receiver, the mag, the scope, and the stock, which is this slim piece here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 6, which includes the optic. I've already managed to pour some Blender, so basically, what you're going to do is that once you simply whoops. So essentially, what you're going to do is that you're going to type in SC model, and essentially you're going to basically find. Whoops. Here's and then essentially what you're going to do is that you're going to go to where you have your COD tools downloaded. For example, I have COD tools, which contains all the weapons and all the stuff here. And you're going to go on model merger, aka model merger download. Okay, model merger download. Right here. Link in the description below. And you are essentially going to import all the SC models. I will simply do this as a good example, but I've already done that. Basically, once you've selected the main 6 or 5, depending on the model types, you simply drag them in here into the model merger. And essentially merges the models, and, well, you know how it goes. We'll go in the merge models folder, which is already not there, so which I've already dragged it out and dragged it here. And essentially, you're going to drag the SC model down the SC cast, and then essentially converts them all from SE model to cast. And then the cast folder is usually right there. So once you have done majority of that, you're going to simply go to File, Import, and import cast, which you can do by simply hold on a sec, hold on. What did I put? Okay. So simply go to here and with the cast here, click on main downloads. This is the latest release, by the way. And essentially install the cast plugin here, Blender. Once you install, go to preferences, my bad. And essentially you're going to go here and essentially click on the Blender Cast plugin and simply just install it. That's pretty much it. Disable it. Make sure you save preferences. All that. So now we have the model here in Blender. Ready to be rigged, ready to whatnot. So for the scope, always make sure that this is attached to the thing, because if you wanna, attach like additional like for example, like let's say you wanna get like a bigger mag for this gun, for example. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to go to File, Import, Cast, go to Desktop to find my files, and simply find the mag that I want to get. For example, I want to get mag extended 1 and 2. Above the story, I'm going to get a mag extended 2. So now we have it, and now it's right here. Let me just move this out of the way. Yeah, so this is the extended mag, for example, right here. And let's say you want to attach this to this rifle here, rifle mag. Actually, let me rename it to mag. Yeah, there we go. So what you're going to do here is that you're going to go to here. You're going to go to constraints, and you're going to select copy transforms. Your target is the receiver, and your bone is going to be mag. And there you go. And there you go. It's that easy. Just so we know. Obviously, we're not going to focus on the mag right now. We're going to focus on the weapon itself. So, this is where the more tedious part comes in. That being the X image. So what you are going to do next is you're going to go back to Documents, and you're going to go back to your COD Tools folder that you made, and click on Game Image Utility right here, and I'm going to click that. Okay, there we go. And essentially, how this basically works is that whenever you see some purple images, those are supposed to be normals. Again, the way how they export models is a bit finicky, since the Call of Duty engine that the games usually run on these days are usually IW9, which is the latest engine. But we're gonna fix that. So select here and then select on COD Normal Gloss. Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare, which is essentially this. And you're going to, instead of going to every folder, drag and folder, what I would do is I would simply type in X image and then essentially select the full of the images that have the purple texture on them. Now, this is by far a better alternative than just, straight up just going to every folder hand by hand and doing this one at a time. It's a lot more faster, albeit you're not wasting any time, of course. Alright, so once you double check everything and make sure that the following purple images have been selected and such, which I think we have all of them. Yep, so we're good. So once you have all that selected, you're going to drag the images in here and essentially let the image utility do its thing. And what it's doing is that it's essentially converting the images and essentially separating them by normal, gloss, and occlusion. And as you can see here, it has successfully managed to do so. Once it has been fully loaded in and fully completed, you can if you want to, but you don't have to. Simply delete the purple images if you're not going to use them anymore. Now, what you see here is the same image, except you can see that it has color but it's transparent. Yeah, so that's the color image, or basically known as the spec gloss image. So we're gonna go fixing that by simply going to spec and gloss right here, and we're going to do the exact same thing we did last time to the weapon skins. I'm just gonna fast forward I'm just gonna fast forward this clip because it takes a really long while to do so. Alright, so pardon me. Seems to me we have managed to select the images. Just double checking, make sure they got everything right. And once you have all that selected, you're going to simply drag them out and essentially import from here. And then essentially separates it into a specular image, or rather in this case a albedo image, which is another term for color. And once that's done, you're going to essentially, in case you don't want to use the files anymore, you can simply delete them, or better yet, if you want, you can actually use the specular and albedo into the files. Drag them here. Once you're essentially done, you can simply delete the images, and that should be it. Now, on to the main part, which is texturing the gun. First thing you want to do is go to shading. Alright, so once we're here, we're going to essentially, get rid of all the specular images. Or, better yet, yeah, I believe there's a script tool. I believe so, if I can find it. That ain't here. That's good. That's good. We're doing this my way. So essentially, what you're going to be doing is that you're going to do the things that you want to do. So, for the base color image, what you're going to do is you're going to add a multiply tool. We'll multiply and mix. Just as a good example. And you're going to put on clamp factor, make sure that's on. And essentially, you're going to be finding the folder, finding the name of the barrel. In this case, we're going to use the receiver. And essentially, whenever there's like a code name here, it's usually in the file somewhere, which in this case is here under the receiver. And then essentially, what you're going to be doing is that you're going to drag the image into here and put the color in A. As you can see right here, and the port's just fine. Now next, what we're going to do next is the ambient occlusion, which is the letter O in this case. Drag that to here, and this time put the color space on non-color. And then as you can see here, once you have done that, you should see some ambient occlusion effects. Albeit very faint, but you can see right here, it does change. Again, you'll have to, it's just a personal preference thing I want to do. And then essentially, we're going to be, for the metallic, in case there's any like metallic texture, it will usually be somewhere around here. Under the gloss, put that here, put on non-color again, put the metallic, drop that down, step here. Now roughness, put it in for color section. And for the color section, you're going to find a rough image, which is this. We'll drop that down to non-color. You may not see it at first, but you can see it change a bit. Can't see how it essentially reflects differently. That's when you know it's working right. Now adjust it to however you want to put it. Like so. In case you want to go a little bit more technical, you can try out rendering. Put on cycles, GPU. And put it on scene lights. Now, you may notice that it's missing some bump material and such. Well, no fret, because we're going to fix that right now. By importing a normal image. Import that here. Color space to non-color. And what we're going to do next is going to put an RGB curve here. And essentially go to G for green. And essentially 180 at the bit. Bring the left side up and bring the right side down. Because the base default image is actually inverted by default. So we're gonna fix that in Blender. And as you can see here, you can finally see some bump. Albeit a very small bump, sure, but... Oh, whoops. There we go. There we go. Well, it was on FAC. Whoops. And you can finally see some depth in the bump material. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. And what I like to do is, because I'm doing another max, I'm going to copy these. I'm going to copy these, go to mag, delete that, press Ctrl V to paste this in, and essentially it's a lot more faster that way. Now next up, we're going to do the mag, and it's essentially the exact same process. Hey, Eddie Van here. Just want to let y'all know that essentially you're going to be doing this to every single like model texture that you see here. Especially double check to make sure you have like every single mesh check, every single mesh checked and such. Make sure that they're all textured and they don't have like missing textures or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I essentially just sped up this long, lengthy process video that took like 20 minutes to do and such. Shorten it down to less than 2, I believe, or probably more. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just do as I do, and it's not gonna be as perfect, but with some twinks. Oh, Lord. With some... Oh, Lord. With some editing processes there, here and that, that should be pretty much it. Other than that, sit back, relax, and watch this lengthy montage of it, I suppose. Oh, that's what that was working. Okay. Yeah, I was working. So, anyways, yeah, that's essentially it. You have essentially textured and basically ported and textured Call of Duty gun in the blender. Yeah, it's pretty much it. Thank you for taking your time to watching this basic tutorial and understanding how it works. I'm Tuckle Vander, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.